Bears country. Where is it?
You down with BCP?
You down with BCP?
You down with BCP?
You down with BCP?
Down with BCP?
You down with BCP?
You down with BCP?
You down with BCP?
I got to give you some pre-game dancing. You know, the sad part is Lynn is the only one that dances with me. That's why she's my favorite, guys.
Yeah, we know. I saw it.
It's because she dances with me.
But last night was the kicker, man. She was out there dancing. You guys were talking about it.
Mm. I'm going old school tonight, guys. I'm hoping the ghosts of draft picks past can summon a win tonight.
I don't see how. I just can't. I've looked at it on and off all day. I'm like, we better not lose. We just better not lose. With considering who they're missing and the rankings and the stats, and then man for man. Come on. You know. And now that we give up so now after the last game, we're giving up the least amount of yards to running backs running the ball in the NFL. I think it's like 76 or 78 yards per game that we
Yes.
So hopefully we can shut that avenue down and make Young beat us. And I don't think he will. I don't think he can at this point.
Okay, well said. Well,
it's going to be a tough day. You know, when we win, we're going to have to face, another crap storm with the quarterback controversy media. And if we lose, we're going to be the laughing stock of the NFL. So
no win.
Kind of already are.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a no-win situation.
That's kind of how I've felt about just leading up to the game right now, leading up to our pregame tonight. It's just kind of felt like solemn, like it's like my well of optimism is running dry, man. And it's hard to, I mean, this is going on a year and a half for me, like pretty much at least once a week or more talking about the Bears. And there's been 5 wins and boo-hoo, cry. It's the world's smallest violin over here for me, but it's like it gets harder and harder with the more losses, right? And so, hell, is that are you vacuuming the lawn?
Is that somebody screaming?
My doctor just sent me a thing on my chart, and it was on the computer vibrating. You don't hear it now, do you?
No. Are you going to live?
Well, at some point I won't be, but that's all of us, dude.
But
I'm not gonna get off that easy, anyways, dude. I ain't going anywhere.
Of course not. I certainly hope not.
You saw that dumb article I sent you.
But I was just saying, like the losses just are getting just disheartening, and I feel like tonight, even though it should be a slam dunk win, I kind of feel like what you were saying there, Walt. It almost feels like it's not guaranteed, and it's at this point, winning. I want to see wins, but it's almost like unless you win out, what's the point? That's what we all deal with as fans of any team in the NFL at this point in the season who are in our position or slightly better. So boo-hoo, who cares? But we should get a win tonight. And Justin comes out he gets a long break, and then if we beat the Lions with Justin, and we finally get 2 in a row under this Eberflus regime, that'll go a long way to making any of us, including myself, feel better. I'm done. With my rant.
I think it's a little strange that we're holding Justin out another week. I mean, this is kind of a cupcake game right here.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it like this, though. We get to see another game of Bagent. We know what he's got. We know we've got a capable QB2 on this team. Would you all agree?
Yes.
To that extent, but I don't want to see another game of Bagent anymore. I'm tired of that experiment.
It's not an experiment.
It's not an experiment.
The media can say whatever they want. We as real Bear fans, we know what the truth is. We're not blind. We're not stupid.
Walt's probably sick and tired of hearing me talk about Bagent, so that's probably what he means. He's
it's irrelevant. It's just that why not just make sure? I mean, it gives him a great chance to be as healthy as he's probably going to get during the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, have any of you guys ever dislocated a thumb?
No, but this is also the same finger, or I think it's the same thumb he broke in high school. So that's a little concerning. If he broke it, now they're 2 different things. One's a break, the other one's a dislocation, but it's still, you never know what's going on with the tendons, the ligaments, the nerves in that area. So hopefully it doesn't do more damage, right?
And when that's your thing, I was in construction, man. I've even got problems now from stuff.
I see that
40 years, dude. So it's just something I going forward for the rest of the season. I just think he's going to be in much better shape with those extra 10 days and treatments. I mean, I did stuff where I had that injury, never treated it right. It lingered roofing, so it's seasonal, just like football, but it's only in the good weather. So that lingered for 1.5 of my one season of roofing, and then had all winter to recoup. Well, I didn't do it right. So it still lingered into the spring. And it was a damn year before I started to be able to do things completely the way I could prior to the injury.
100%.
My right hand too, man. My nail hand.
But have you seen some of the practice footage recently that's been released? I mean, he looks like he's throwing fairly well.
I haven't, but I'm hearing all this stuff because I haven't been able to sit and watch stuff, but I get to listen to stuff. So I've heard. I think it was even was it Mooney that said he looks like Justin Fields, or was it DJ? One of those guys said it. I heard it on the score on the radio here in Chicago. So that tells me everything appearance sake looks good, but you still don't know. Mm-hmm. So he probably should be starting, but let's see if we can heal him up a little better, and then maybe make a stretch run, and he can prove his point to who he's going to be. So the media shuts the hell up, man.
Yeah, but you got to look at it this like too. We go into the mini bye week, then we come against the Lions. Yep. We're going to throw a guy in there that's been out 4 weeks. The media's already on his ass to begin with, and that's going to be 10 times worse if we lose the next game. So where are we we're not building any confidence with our quarterback there. We're just kind of literally throwing him to the Lions.
It's still another no win, dude. We're not going to win on this. It's just going to be what it is. So then he plays tonight, looks horrible. Well, yeah, his thumb's not in good enough shape. You could tell by the way the ball's coming off his hand or whatever.
Right. They should have set him
out there. So then, do we play him against the Lions? Well, he's got 10 days to heal. They probably shouldn't. You would hear they probably shouldn't have played him this game. They should have just held him out and let him heal up another 10 days. It's another no winner, Walt, and that's just my opinion. But
it's true.
Exciting here, man.
We do.
Cool,
I'd rather play him.
I wanted him to say to read the chat and stuff. I was like, oh, which one of us idiots is going to do it? But now that he's here,
what'd you say?
I was saying I wanted to greet the chat, but I was like, which one of us idiots is going to do it? So since there's a PJ signing at some point, after we hear your little thing, you could greet the chat.
Yes, sir.
It would help if I instead of going to the meeting room, I come to the actual stream. I mean,
yeah, it's probably
we
contradictory. He went to the wrong room, man, because there's 3 of them on there when you go on the page.
Oh, yeah. You went into the wrong.
I go in there, right? I was like, where everybody at?
where they're supposed to be, Peach, unlike yourself.
That's the post-game show. That's after the game, PJ.
I was like,
You might even went to the meeting room because there's
I
all
went to the
three of
meeting
them
room.
on there.
I
You
went
went to the meeting room because I almost clicked on the post game and I had to do a double take before I did it.
What's up there, Jason? UK Bears.
I like what he just said there. Damn it, guys! You're proving what a difficult place we're in. All your different arguments make sense.
Wow, that is scary, man.
It's true.
And he only got 3 out of 4.
That's because we pontificate here, guys.
Some more than others.
Peach bailed again, though, on the dancing, man. I swear to God, he's planning.
Oh yeah, he's just trying to get out of dancing.
I just don't do it.
I just close my eyes. It's still I can see it even when they're closed for some reason.
I was telling these guys that's why Lynn's my favorite person to podcast with, because she dances with me on the opener.
Ass kisser.
Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I'm glad I missed that dancing part there. I mean, gee whiz.
Planned. You didn't miss it. You planned to miss.
Yeah, you know what had happened was
Oh, crap.
I knew that was a fake laugh. I could tell. Like I'm getting pulled here. Here I go.
He's finally starting to learn something, Peach. Only took like 8 months.
you know, I bought a new hat. Any guesses on what it is?
A Rangers hat?
Which Rangers hat?
Oh. The World Series winning Rangers hat?
Texas.
Nope.
I didn't peg you to be a New York Rangers fan.
I'm not, but I bought a Rangers hat, but which Rangers?
Texas
You
Rangers.
get a guess Foster and you get a guess Walt.
It's the Texas Rangers. What do you mean?
You already had your guess. Stop.
But that's what I would say too.
Okay, you had your
Said the
guess. Okay,
Texas Rangers.
Walt.
I'm assuming New York. There's only 2.
There you go. Now I bought me a New York Rangers hat. Is that hockey?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that hockey. Yeah, that's hockey, dude. You got an outfit to go with that hat, dude? Because I'll bet you do.
It's red, white, and blue.
At least you're covered, dude.
Oh my
Now he can
goodness.
pull out the Texas stuff, all the grandkids stuff. He's got most of the things covered because there's red, white, and blue in a lot of things.
I'm telling you, it's red, white, and blue.
Bail Peach back off the show.
That
Shorty, no more dancing. And what the hell's what's going to happen tonight, Peach? What's your assessment, bud?
For the game?
Yeah, we got our little bitch.
Yeah, you were hanging out in the wrong studio for the last 20 minutes. So 10 minutes.
See your dancing or
10 minutes,
us.
sorry.
That's the real reason.
Trying to avoid my dancing. So what you missed was just our I was saying that I'm just kind of solemn tonight about, like, unless we win out, it doesn't really matter. It's I don't want to lose. I want wins, but you know, like what is the point? Like we haven't strung together 2 wins in the Eberflus era. So what does it matter if we win tonight? Obviously it matters, you know, for the draft position for the Panthers, but that's just another win, and then we'll probably lose next week because, like you were saying, Foster, you know, Justin won't have it. He'll be coming back from a 4-week injury and probably won't, you know, just dominate the game. So
He'll be rusty.
right.
But
So-
I think he does tend to play well against Detroit. If I'm not
True.
if I remember correctly.
Right.
But as far as
He hasn't beaten him, but
I think I predict a big win for us by about 10 points or more. So I'm looking at 27-17.
You're right there with a lot of the national media. Actually, I looked at like 10 of them today, and they're all 8, 10, 12-point Bears win. I didn't see one picking the Panthers.
Yeah, I think Yeah, I think yeah, I think Bagent will have a good. I think Bagent will have his best night as a pro.
That would not surprise me. Look at everything with the defense. They're missing their best defensive player right off. Well,
Yep.
to quote the coach, they're missing the best player on their team.
And after tonight,
So,
people will be claiming that Bagent should be our starting quarterback.
that's
Somebody
the
in here
media-
is already
the
doing
media
that.
I'm not doing that. I'm just pontificating, Walt.
We
But yeah, I think over the next 10 days, the roar is going to get big because he's going to have a good game tonight. So I think people are going to be clamoring for him to be the starting quarterback. So I think he's going to throw. What's his high so far? 230 yards. Is that his high?
give or take.
Bagent?
Yeah, passing yards.
Something like that, yeah.
I predict him to throw for about maybe 275, close to 300. I don't think he's going to get over 300, but I think like between 275 and 300 with 2 or 3 touchdowns, because I'm thinking that they may lean on a run with Foreman, so he may not get the many touchdowns, but I'm thinking at least 2. So I predict a big game out of him.
A lot of
Possibly.
That's why I'm going not as big a game. I mean, he'll have a decent game, but I think they're going to run more. I believe. I might be wrong,
I hope.
but I thought when I was checking stuff earlier today, earlier today, it seemed so long ago, but that passing defense was much better for them than rushing defense. Tell me if I don't know if anybody knows what the stats are. I should have.
Well, I know Browns is out.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
So
that's huge,
it is,
especially with the way the offensive line's been playing lately.
Oh, that's another topic that we can get into later on. But do you move to Tevin back to left when Nate comes back or not? Because he's playing great at right. I'm telling you. But
I think you got to.
Bears Country Pontificators.
That's DC. Put that on the board, man.
I gotta get a screenshot of that. I gotta get that right there.
Oh.
But yeah. So what's your prediction, Walt?
I don't know. It depends on a couple things. What Bagent are you going to get after last week's debacle? And what kind of Carolina are you going to? Because don't forget, they did beat the Texans. And those aren't really slouches over there, too.
True.
So, really depends.
The Saints have a pretty good defense, though. Probably one of the better defenses they've faced this season, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
That's I brought that up last week. I think
Right.
It might have been one of their toughest tests.
Right. So he played well in the first half. The Saints adjusted in the second half. They baited him into interceptions. He's a rookie. That'll happen. If he learns from his mistakes, he could have a better game tonight against a lesser defense, right?
Baited. What are we going fishing here now?
I think it depends on the arm strength, though. I mean, because I saw more than anything him seeing an opening, trying to get the pass in that window, and that window closed real quick before the ball could get there.
He's an anticipation thrower more than a throw it to the right now position of any player, 20 yards down the field or more. Like Justin Fields can throw it to him when the guy's already open, where Tyson Bagent, he's more of an anticipation thrower. Would you agree?
I think he has to be because of his arm strength or lack of arm strength. So he has to throw it before the guy get open.
Okay, fair enough. So
I don't know. Like I said, it really depends on the mental aspect of the 3 interceptions. The 4 turnovers are on him. We can't gloss over that. We can't discount it due to rookie mistakes. That's just stupid.
Right.
So we'll see how he comes back.
Well,
And they should
he
win.
said he was going to clean up the turnovers.
Yeah, but you can say
Like 2
anything you
weeks in
want
a
to
row.
say. You can say the sky is purple, but it's not. It's blue.
Right. Well, dude, I'm that's sarcasm, dude. 'Cause you can say it like again. You can say anything you want.
No, I'm just putting it out there. You can say anything you want. You can say anything you want. The first words out of his mouth after that, I played pretty good. He then went on to say like, oh, this is on me, but
Who do you guys know who the defensive coordinator is for him? Because I'm reading Zach Sullivan's comment, and he said that no quarterback really hasn't had a good game against him. So I'm like, who's the coordinator that's putting up these good numbers in?
Good question.
QBs haven't put up big games against Panthers defense. Goff and Tua had good games. Geno was okay. Cousins, Carr, Minshew, and Stroud didn't have great games at all.
See? I'm like,
All right, well.
he's the first. Well, he wasn't there last year. I know that because last year they had
defense is that guy Evero.
huh?
Last name's Evero.
I've never heard of him.
Panthers last year?
No, this year.
They had Wilkes last year. Steve Wilkes, I believe, last year. Steve Wilkes.
Yeah, they have him. They have Dom Capers as their senior defensive assistant, and D'Angelo Hall's their assistant defensive back.
Right now?
Jonathan Cooley. Yeah.
Dom Capers. He used to give us fits when he was with as the Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator. Dom Capers. He used to be the head coach of the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. He's pretty decent.
Who was it earlier? Go back to that Sky. Let's go back to this Skylark 99 comment here. If Eberflus and coaching staff are gone, how do you guys feel about Joe Lombardi, Bill Lazor as head coach or offensive coordinator for DC and for DC Jim Schwartz?
Can we pull him off the show?
Pull Skylark off the show? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. You're out of here, buddy.
I think isn't Joe Lombardi just like isn't he known as like a Bears hater? Like he never has anything good to say about the Bears. Probably because of Lombardi in his name. I say no to anyone with Lombardi in his last name.
Isn't Bill Lazor the guy who was Nagy's office coordinator?
Yes.
He's trolling us. He's trolling. Skylark's trolling us, man.
You want to go down that road again, Skylark?
He's trolling us. That dude.
What's up, Cliff?
Sure.
Actually, he wasn't. Actually, if you looked at when Lazor was the offensive coordinator compared to Nagy, it was much better. Scored a lot more points. Had more offensive production. But see, I definitely don't want to bring him back.
But Nagy was. I mean, you never knew who was actually calling the plays because he kept on playing that game. Like,
right.
Oh yeah, we. Like, oh.
Right.
It seemed to me that our offense was better. When he did have Lazor calling the plays, man, then he took them back, but I don't remember.
Is Lazor in Houston? They said because I've seen Zach Sullivan saying Lazor is getting credit for Stroud's development.
Huh? No shit.
He's in Houston.
Oh, what do we know, guys?
He's a senior assistant.
Oh, okay. I tell you what, whatever they're doing down there in Houston for him, it's working. So kudos to them.
Sure looks good.
Yeah, he does. He does.
You know what, Shorty? I have to bring up one comment from your show last night.
Oh,
you
God.
you have to defend this point because it's been bothering me all day. Your comment that Colin Kaepernick is better than Justin Fields.
I never said that. I did
Yes,
not
you
say
did.
that. I did not.
Yes, you
No,
did.
I did not. I said.
Go back and watch the show.
I don't have to. I know what I said. You go back and rewatch it.
What'd you say?
Send me the clip.
What'd you say?
I said that Jim Harbaugh got more out of Colin Kaepernick, and he has more. What he got out of with Colin Kaepernick, he has more to work with than Justin Fields. Like Justin Fields, he got what he got out of Kaepernick with similar traits as Justin Fields. He could get 15 times out of that with Justin Fields because he's that much better of a player.
Yeah, you got to go back and look at your comments, but that ain't what you said.
What did I say?
Exactly how I said it.
I said that Colin Kaepernick was better than Justin Fields.
Yes.
No, I did not say that.
That's why I've been waiting all day to talk to you
I'm
about
telling
this.
you.
I did not say that.
Shorty, go back and watch.
I'll fucking pull it up right now.
Damn.
It's my own show. I'm not going to get a copyright claim for it.
That's true. I'm saying this because I watched that team in verbatim during that run. He wasn't that good.
Did you guys have a timestamp on it?
Why would they give you that?
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
actually might. Actually, hold on.
I love how you have how you're sitting off to the side there, Foster, with your Bears shit in the back, like the Peyton jersey and the
I'm looking at that beard though, man. He
that
is looking
beard
like
is awesome.
he's looking like old Saint Nick for real. Goodness gracious. Who is that handsome fella?
I will be Santa Claus.
Oh, no, I was talking about myself.
Confirmed.
I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about myself.
All I know is it's prior to 4231 because I did bring that up for another thing.
We can get back to that.
Mr. Mayhem, what's happening? Mark Kazak, good to see you. Clip Victoria, always good to see you. While Shorty's looking for that thing there. Jason UK.
I'm eating snacks my wife made me.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's nice, man. You bring some for the class?
Yeah. It's a buffalo chicken dip. Would you like some?
Zach Sullivan's Skylark 99.
It's got catfish in it.
You got what?
It's got catfish in it.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, shucks.
Go ahead. Get back to chat.
Any spaghetti laying around there?
Hey, okay, man. That'd go good with the game tonight. Ravi, come up. Good to see you, my man. Who else we got in here? This guy named Foster Covers. He keep popping up. I don't know who that guy is. And this guy named Walter Besky as well. Good to see you, Steve Grunwald. I'm sorry. Who else we got in here? Mo Bierman.
No.
I think
Robbie was in here earlier.
yeah.
Who said Robbie?
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you got Mr.
STC.
STC.
I'm not going to be able to find where I said that right in the middle of a show, but
I think.
I want the timestamp.
Hey guys, we appreciate.
If I did say that it was a mistake, by the way, I'm sorry to interrupt you, PJ. Keep going.
We appreciate you guys joining us for in chat. For the pregame here. You guys ain't got any stats for the chat that you want to share with them? Because I have no stats off the top of my head. I gave you my prediction and why. Anybody else want to chime in on that?
Unfortunately, I see the Bears losing this game as much as I don't know. Just something's irking me.
I'm sorry. I miss Vernon Roseman. I don't never think I've ever seen that name before. Vernon Roseman.
Vernon's been on.
We were on a show with them.
Yeah.
I was?
Yeah, we were all on a show with Vernon, except for Walt.
Oh, okay.
He's who I work with the Bears with.
Oh, okay.
That's Vernon.
He's got that that awesome voice that makes it like he should be narrating everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was it? March, April? Somewhere in there.
Kind of reminds me of
Let's say March.
What's his name?
No, he reminds me of somebody you probably can't think of. But what's his name? Ozzie Davis.
Never heard of that name.
Reminds me of.
Yeah, you've seen and heard Ozzie Davis, dude. He's been in so many movies. The guy's a great actor.
Yes.
Phenomenal. Driving Miss Daisy was the chauffeur. No, that's the wrong movie, right?
That's Morgan Freeman, bro.
Morgan Freeman, thank you.
Yeah, but I know I got the wrong guy. Ozzie Davis is just.
I just gotta say for the record, you can't confuse those two, Foster. Those two.
I'm thinking of the wrong movie, man.
STC, this is the narrative the national media wanted right here. The undrafted free agent versus the number one pick. That's the only reason why we're probably keeping Tyson Bagent in the game today.
That's the only reason why we're still on prime time right now, and this game hasn't been flexed.
Yeah.
The two rookies,
Now,
number
With
one
my
and an
privilege,
undrafted. What a great
I wouldn't
story.
be surprised if Bryce Young have a coming out party tonight.
That's
Yeah.
what Walt's worried about. Like, I think that it's kind of what I'm worried about too.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I got my prediction, but if it went the other way, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
He gets too cute for himself again, and we have a terrible game plan. Yeah.
Well,
That's probably what I was feeling coming into this show. Is like I just feel like solemn, like I don't even like what does it matter even it wouldn't even matter, or you know.
I don't know if they play what is it man that he has problem with man to man? Is that what he has problems with? If they play that,
No, cover two.
cover two is what he has problem with. Okay,
Yeah.
I just if they like,
Wait, are you talking about the Panthers?
yeah.
Oh,
If
I have no idea.
If the Panthers dare him being Bagent, if they dare him to throw deep, that might be something.
Well, that's the thing, PJ. You know, Bagent's kind of those guys that when you're on rails, you're fine. But you can see even in the Chargers game and the Saints game, when he has to start making decisions for himself and the game plan starts to deviate, that's where he runs into problems.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you blow up Luke Getzey's very simplistic game plan there, which shouldn't be too hard to do. You know, a 5-year-old can do that with, a bunch of Lincoln Logs, I guess. You know, it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
PJ, Vernon is actually a big fan of yours.
I'm a big fan of his too.
Whenever I talk to him, he's always, man, I love PJ. I just love his laughter and blah, you know.
Yeah, I remember him
Same
now.
reason why I love you.
Because he joined us at one time, and his wife was in the background. I remember that now.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had the 51 jersey and
Yeah, I remember that.
signed Buckus jersey.
Got that big, deep baritone voice.
Mm-hmm.
And talks
And he speaks very calm and slow.
very, very, very calm. Great guy.
Good.
Great guy. Great
I
guy.
just want to address Chris real quick here. There's no rumor. It's documented fact at this point.
I don't know what you're talking about either. Well, he can throw deep.
He can throw deep, but it's not.
It's not consistent.
He has to have the arc on the ball to get it down there, but he can do it.
I don't know if it's accurate either.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What's deep?
Over
How many deep balls has he thrown? The first one, it was the first play of the game. That was a beautiful pass. That was
how far was it?
what, 50 yards?
Nope.
No, it was less than 40 because he picked Mooney picked up a couple extra yards after the catch.
Yeah, it was right around 40, just below, I think.
It was about 35.
And then the one in the touchdown, the first drive of last week to Komet, that was what, 30 yards?
That was like 18.
No. It was in the red zone, right?
Yeah, but he dropped back to the 28 and threw it to the 7 yards inside the.
We're going where he threw it from. Okay. All right.
Well, where did he throw it from? Where was it caught?
Bleacher Report only gave him 18 yards on that play, so
Okay. All right.
that's what I'm going
Well,
with.
I mean, if you're going with
It's
line of
18.
scrimmage to
You
the
are
end
with every
line,
other quarterback.
No, I'm
no,
just
but
going
we're talking about arm strength here. He was still throwing it 35 yards or more.
The guy can throw it 35, 40 yards.
I mean, he can get there. Yeah. But when he gets there, you just watch the ball kind of in a tailspin. It's nice and fluid.
It's what's
And
behind
that's the problem.
It does kind of die out.
Yeah, it's definitely not as strong as Justin's arm. That's for sure.
Nope.
But
It's not as-
he still has a lot of potential. He's still a good player, and to have come as far as he has, it's a great story.
It really is. I think you ought to be our starting quarterback. Moving
He is.
forward.
He's our starting quarterback tonight. Oh man, Kaepernick better than Justin Fields. If I did say that, it's like one of those things that somebody accidentally said because they were just doing a show and said something incorrectly. You hear people say all the time because there's no way in hell that I.
Miss Daisy.
Kind of like Man, you're my favorite co-host.
No, that was deliberate.
Yeah,
As
that
you
was.
see- As you
That
can
was
see why.
absolutely. He pronounced that and said it more than once.
As you can see why.
Mr. Mayhem gets it right here.
Hey, she's been around longer than you. She's my oldest child.
I had so much fun busting somebody's chops in a long time. That's all right.
Oh man. What were you saying here? What were you pulling up there?
Oh, I was just showing Mr. Mayhem's comment here.
JF1 is better than Tyson Bagent. I don't care what anyone says. He's definitely better than Tyson Bagent in a lot of areas. That's for sure. And starting NFL quarterback is one. I'll give you that.
When he throws another 2 picks, he's done. They're gonna run him out of Chicago.
Who, Justin Fields?
No, Tyson Bagent. I don't care what his story is.
Tyson
Or
Bagent?
he's
Yeah.
some sort of arm wrestling champion.
Yeah, once he trucks a couple more picks, he's done. If he does it in this game, that'll end the Tyson Bagent era crap.
Well, if Getsy's
I'll stop pontificating him.
If Getsy's smart, he'll take the ball out of his hands. I'm sorry, Paul.
Criteria is 2 more interceptions after 6. Then there should be a lot of quarterbacks that shouldn't be in the NFL. But that's true too. There's probably a lot of quarterbacks that shouldn't be in the NFL that are in the NFL.
Yeah, but Foster, it's not that he's throwing the interceptions itself. It's the number of interceptions in the window that it's in.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 3 starts, and you're already up to Justin Fields' numbers.
I get it.
I'm not counting the fumbles and all that. Like, there's a perfect example of near the end of the game, that last sack where he walked up in the pocket to get rid of the ball. You hold on to the ball and you eat the sack there. He just lofted it up in the air. We could have had another pick right there. And the Saints were playing wonky all day, which didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. So we lucked out.
I see it. I'm just saying it because I don't know how many times it's happened where a quarterback's done this, especially a rookie, 2nd-year guy, 3rd-year guy. They do it. It happens.
Yeah, but he's got the experience.
How
Guys,
many picks did Manning throw in the first year? I mean, I'm just saying, it happens. Although nobody has any patience anymore for anything. That's
100% true. I'll let you guys hash this out. I got to take off, guys. I got to finish my dinner here that my wife made for me, a charcuterie of different things. And then I got to hop on the PSF app at 8 o'clock with Lester Wiltfong to gamecast the game. So you guys hang out, have fun as long as you like, obviously. And we'll see you guys back here. I have it scheduled for 11:30 for the post game. But if the game's over earlier than that, then we'll hop on sooner than that. Okay?
Sounds good.
See you guys.
We'll talk to you later.
Love you guys in chat.
Go
I'm hopping
Bears.
over to PSF with Lester. I'll see you guys after the game.
Right. See you after the game, bro. I think one thing that's going overlooked, in my opinion, is some quarterbacks may take a little bit longer to fully develop. Whereas, people are enamored with Mahomes, Burrow to a degree, Herbert. Maybe Justin, to reach that upper echelon, maybe he needs 5 years. So I hate the fact that there's a conversation about replacing him already while he's still in his 3rd year. It's like we could add so much more talent to this team with these draft picks if we don't have to worry about drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, no, you're right there. And another thing too, like I know with Foster you were talking about this earlier. There are a lot of quarterbacks that have this problem, throwing turnovers and all that. But we're going to look at it as a typical college quarterback, maybe at the most has 4 years under his belt. A lot of them nowadays have 3, maybe 2 years as a starter and 1 year as a backup. Then they jump on their junior year and they go to the NFL.
Yep.
Tyson Bagent is a different story. He's at 6. So
6 years as a college starter?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, one was only that one game, and then the COVID season kind of, canceled it out, so they got that extra year of eligibility.
Okay, man.
So 6 years total, 5 years actually playing in a game in the 6th.
Realistically.
Yeah. So
I got a question. I don't know if this is even, but is Mike Glennon still on somebody's roster?
I have no idea.
Because he
Probably
was
not.
last year. And just with him, I will rest my case because he was on the Giants last year, played for them actually, and he's just terrible. The guy shouldn't be in the NFL. My opinion.
Look at our
numbers, man.
Look at our backup tonight.
Yeah, I know. Running back.
Get him out of here. I'm like, what?
Well,
Glennon's a free agent though.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play in the NFL again. But you never know, man. You never know.
Yeah.
How many years did he play in the NFL? Because he was on rosters for a year or two before we had him. And how many years ago was that when we let him go? I'm just saying. It's amazing what can happen, man. You mean to tell me you couldn't find a guy better than this scouring the planet? I'm just, it's something to think about.
I just think that I just think that they have this mandate per se that, oh, if this guy doesn't prove that he's a superstar by his fourth year, let's move on. And it's like you can win with an average quarterback. I'm not saying
patience is the problem, Pete. Exactly. Yeah. You're right.
I mean, I'm thinking like, Justin hasn't proven to be great, but I'm for sure don't believe he's a bust. So I think he still has the capability of being great. And even the way he is now, I think we can still win with him if we had enough other things around him. But I think he can still get better. Whereas, getting rid of him after 3 years, I'm like, what most people think, he'll go somewhere else and become a star. And it's like, okay, if that's the case, then why get rid of him?
And that's possible, man. I mean, any of it's possible. Either way, he goes somewhere else, becomes a star, he stays there and becomes a star. I'm glad that these people out there with these narratives that he's got to go now already aren't the ones making the decisions.
True. True.
Polls will have these 8 games that he's going to hopefully he plays the last 8 games of the season.
Yeah.
And shows, he makes some improvement. The one thing I do like about him not playing this week is he can already be starting to look at Detroit. He doesn't have to worry about tonight or what's going on. He can stay and sit there and be involved in the game, but he's got to start focusing on getting prepared for that game next time. So, that's I take that as a plus because we know that guy works hard at his craft. We've seen it. A few months ago, he's out here with Komet and these guys right down the block from me playing football, practicing at a high school football field. So
now,
he's a hard worker, man.
Correct me if I'm wrong. His rookie year, didn't he beat Detroit? I thought one of the games they won was against Detroit.
I'd have to go back and look because I can't remember. I've tried to.
Yes, I seem to remember the narrative. He had good games against Detroit.
Both of them? Did he play both that year?
He did beat Detroit, 24-14.
Okay. Matter of fact, I bet Monty had a good game in one of those too, though, because I want to say I remember Monty having good records against Detroit always. Could be wrong.
Let's see. Yeah, he did. He had 23 carries for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns.
So more of a complete game, but that makes it easier on the quarterback when you can run the ball.
That's the key right there.
So that's what we got to. We got how much time here? That game's going to be starting in like 15 minutes.
We'll wrap it up here quick.
I just wanted to get back to the game tonight. I believe for the offense, I don't care who's quarterback, whether it's Bagent or Justin, successfully running the ball consistently.
That's the key.
And then, I mean, just because like we just said, and I think a lot of people follow this, that is going to lighten everything up for any quarterback if you can run the ball consistently, man. And the Bears line, they've got a little bit of time together now where they're playing every week. I know we've had some subs, but these 6 guys, and I'm going to throw Nate Davis in there, they've spent some time together on the field in game time situations. So hopefully they progress again tonight. And then I just want to go back to how good our defense has played against running backs running the ball. That leaves out quarterbacks, that leaves out wide receivers and the jet sweeps and all that.
Right.
But still, it's one court category where we've made a big jump from the first 2-3 games of the season to now. What we're giving up yards per carry to the running backs is another thing that'll help the defense grow.
Yeah, I think when I look at that line, as impressed as I am with Tevin Jenkins right now, I was looking at Darnell Wright.
Yeah.
Seemed like his left shoulder or something is really jacked up, because seemed like when I seen him blocking, he was like blocking with one hand. I'm like, what's really going on with that shoulder?
He's been doing that since the Raiders game. If you go back and look at the Raider game, I couldn't believe how he was handling Max Crosby with one arm. You remember what?
Yeah. No, I mean, PJ, if he had that injury, he's going to overcompensate for a while.
Yeah, because it was a double team play where the guard and the tackle double team somebody, then the guard move on to the second level against New Orleans, and I seen him, and then I seen Tevin go up to the second level, and I'm like watching what Wright did with his left arm, and it seemed like he couldn't get it up, and I'm like, I don't want nothing serious to happen to it. Is what I'm basically getting at. I'm like, as much as I'm impressed with Wright and Tevin, I'm like, if something's wrong with him, let's get it fixed, because we need him for 15 years. Let's get him right.
They're on it. And this has been a narrative. Pete, you need to get out a little more. They've been talking about it for 3-4 weeks. Maybe
I heard him say something about it.
I see Walt laughing at that one.
I heard him say something about it, but I thought that because he was on, like, he missed a practice or something. Yeah. So I thought it got better. But when I seen it, that's what I'm saying, when I actually seen it last week, and I'm like, whoa, it's still an issue to where, I'm like, I don't want to see a lingering injury or something that'll last. So if it's something serious like that, please go get it fixed.
Well, one of the biggest problems is who do you put there? Tevin Jenkins. And the other issue, and that's why Nate Davis and Justin Fields are not on IR, because if the next guy to go on IR, if there's a guy that goes on IR tomorrow, he's not coming back for the rest of the season, because the Bears have used all 8 of their designations.
Okay.
So they've got a real tricky process here the rest of the year, due to all those early season injuries just messed up what you're allowed to do. I mean, so when they bring off the next guy from the injury list, who's the guy going to be cut? Who's the next guy that's going to be cut? Because they're not going to be able to designate practice squad designations for these guys, or IR designations, unless they're actually injured.
Yeah.
So, and I got a name, and we've been talking about it for a year and a half. Velus Jones. The coaches, now if you go back and you listen, and I saw this on a presser, I can't remember, wide receivers coach, somebody was talking about him, and they had a high praise for him all year, and I think there wasn't the highest of praise after the incident last week with the warning and the personal foul for the incident that happened, where he's could possibly get kicked out of the game.
Right.
So for the next, and don't be surprised, because it's going to probably happen this week, sometime in the next week. They're going to have to make some decisions here of who's going to be off this team. So that's just food for thought for the week. That doesn't count the game, man. But
yeah, I mean, he isn't active tonight. I think that's probably
right.
The punishment for last week. The comment was just from Richard Hightower. He's just throwing shade.
Okay, so maybe I took it out of context, but I just that guy always had good things to say about him going back to the beginning of the season.
I mean, there's a lot of guys getting penalties. I mean, Lucas Patrick was good for at least 2 a game.
Right, yeah, but this was that play, that thing where they were saying, like, this kind of stuff we can't have. It goes back to like New Orleans, even when the idiot making comments with the other. I'm going too far. We don't have time for that. Yeah. Pete, you gave your score for the Bears game, right, or no?
Tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said 27-17.
Yeah, okay, because I said a lot of the big. There's like 10 of them that I saw, maybe 12. And every one I had them winning by 8 to 12 points. So, because I said, I looked at it and I went, 27-28 Bears.
Ooh. Tight game.
14-21 Panthers. And really, I'm going to say 14, man. Maybe even 13. Might be a bunch of field goals there with Eddie Pinheiro. The get-back game.
It's a tough call. I mean, I don't want to, go against the Bears here, but from what they've been showing me, I just don't see it this week. And like you said, PJ, Bryce Young could be having a coming out party.
Yeah.
And then on both sides of the ball, you have the return of DJ Moore.
True.
Yep.
True.
What if Sweat had some and knocked him out of the game, man? Then we get to see Andy Dalton.
Now I heard. I've seen somewhere where they said Moore hasn't had a reception over 11 yards since Bagent's been in.
Well, Bagent doesn't throw past 11 yards, so of course.
Look at the routes though too. You got to look at the routes, man. If they're not running the routes, how is he going to get more than 11 yards? Because everything's been an in or an out, or
as by design.
Right.
Yeah.
That's my point.
If I know you can't get the ball there, I'm not going to
get the yards if they're not designed to get the yards. So.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a few times he's been open, but it's been few and far between, like you said, Foster.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
What do we got here? We got another 8-9 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
I don't even have my TV set up. I haven't even set anything up because I just got to this place.
Well, I mean,
you're going to see me in an attic soon, Peach. I'm going to be hanging out in the attic in a couple weeks, man.
Yes.
Just a warning, man.
In my attic.
I mean, if you guys want to call it now, we can get, do what you got to do, get things set up, and we'll be back here for post.
Yeah. Before we call it quits, anybody in chat got any questions for us? I mean, I know we didn't do a great job of answering questions, but didn't Bagent hit one over the middle for 16 yards to more?
Possible. I got a feeling he did.
Because I thought I saw the number that comes in my head is 11 or 20. I don't know which one it was, but it's like 11 or 20. I went with 11, but could have been because I remember them saying it that since Fields has been out, Moore has not caught a deep ball, and I think I thought they said a pass over 11. They could have said a pass over 20 yards.
Under 20 yards, but no more than an 11-yard pass might have been.
Yeah.
It might have been an 11-yard pass and he picked up 7 or 8 yards. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's not that important. Tonight's important, man, because we want to push. Carolina needs this loss. If they lose this game, it's like 42% chance that we get the number 1 pick for them if they lose tonight. If Carolina wins, those numbers are cut in half. So it's big, man. Bigger than people. If Carolina loses tonight,
right,
they're like 42.5% likely to get that first pick in the draft next year.
I'm just wondering, does Carolina play the Cardinals this year?
I don't know, but I think the Cardinals are going to win a few more games, man.
You think so?
Yeah.
What about New England?
New England is on the tank. They're us last year, I think. I think they're going to tank.
Oh, man. I didn't see that coming. I did not.
Who did? Who did?
I'm like, what?
And I see Minnesota, I think, is going to continue winning.
Oh, yeah.
The defense is working good, and Joshua Dobbs is underrated.
Agreed. I agree.
He ain't the greatest, but the guy's intelligent. And he makes plays when he can, man. When he's look at the situation, he's got a much better situation in Minnesota than he had in Arizona, man. That's for damn sure. So time will tell on all this. Cool. We'll meet you back here after the Bears win, and then we can all smile and laugh about all this crap because it's behind us, and look forward to what's going on with the team next.
You guys enjoyed. You say something, Walt?
No, I was just agreeing with Foster.
Oh, yeah. You guys enjoy the game tonight. Hopefully, you guys can have a good time watching it. Foster, hopefully, you can watch it on a bigger TV and not just like,
I might run home and you might have to send me the thing through my phone because I'll go watch it on a 55-inch Sony instead of this 32-inch thing. But you'll know because I'll send you a text.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you after the game.
Yep. Go Bears. Go Bears.
Bear down.